So we're back at Black Sea Offstage Talks, and at the moment our guest is Kevin Swanepoel, who is the CEO of the One Club for Creativity, the world's foremost non-profit organization devoted to supporting and celebrating the success of the global creative community. Hello, Kevin.
How you
Good
doing?
to have you in Batumi. Let's start about this festival. Kevin, you must have attended immense number of different advertising festivals. Tell us about what's your first impression of at Black Sea.
Well, firstly, I think that this is probably the best organized festival I've ever seen. Hands off to the staff that have been behind the scenes, because everything from the smallest detail has been taken into account. And firstly, the organization is great, but then getting to know the people. It's been really a beautiful experience. You know, we find the Georgian people really, really open and friendly, and you got delicious food.
It's
I had
amazing
some cha-cha last night.
That's part of the hospitality.
Exactly, that was tough.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. I think you have a couple more days.
Yes, yes.
This year's festival is all about devotion, and you have been at the helm of the One Club for Creativity, fostering some of the best talents in advertising. How important has devotion been to you, both personally and in guiding One Club's mission of pushing the creative industry forward?
So it's been an interesting journey, because I've been with the One Club for 27 years. So I came here in late 96 to New York and started up the first interactive award show. So it's been an interesting journey, and we've seen some very big changes. You know, we've gone from being something which was originally very American to now 60% of all the entries come from the global stage. So, you know, it is the second largest global award show behind the one in the south of France that I can't mention the name. But yeah, it's been a really interesting journey, and I've seen when we acquired the Art Directors Club in 2015, we changed the name from the One Club to the One Club for Creativity. And our mission, we really honed the vision of our mission to exactly what you'd said. We're a non-profit organization that focuses on celebrating and uplifting the global creative community. We've lent into that by forming schools. We now have 7 schools that we run. 4 of them are in the US, based on diversity. It's a free portfolio school for Black creatives. We then expanded that to London. So we have the same school, one school in London as in the US. And then more recently, 2 years ago, we started a free school for people on TikTok, creators on TikTok, not influencers, but creators who want to get into advertising. So, you know, our roots and our core mission is to support the global creative community. And we do that whether a creative is on the brand side, within a brand agency, or if they on the creative side, or if you are in an ad agency creative team, traditionally.
You've had a long career in creative industry, as you mentioned. You started as a digital pioneer, and now you're the CEO of the One Club for Creativity. What was the most defining moment in your journey, and what advice would you give to young creatives looking to leave their mark?
Right. So it's always been a trait of mine that I really believe in lifelong learning. And I had my own agency for 14 years in South Africa. And then after a bad partnership, I ended that and I went to work for Apple Computer. And in the early days of Apple Computer, I was the publishing, entertainment, and new media manager for Sub-Sahara. So I dealt with all countries Sub-Sahara. And at that time, Quark Express was the dominant desktop publishing platform. And along came this new thing called InDesign. And that's where I started really getting into really learning new tools. So I embraced the early days of InDesign, and then at the same stage when there was Macromedia, they had Director, I started programming in Director. I started also programming Flash. So I'm always trying to find, what is the tools, the latest tools, what's the latest software, what is the latest opportunity for creative to use these skills in creating. And that led me to the journey to the One Club, because I put forward to the organization that they started an interactive award show. And that was the first interactive award show was started by the One Club, called One Show Interactive in very late 1996. So to answer your question very shortly, lifelong learning. If you are a creative, you've got to embrace what's coming down the pike. It's the same way in the early days, if somebody didn't embrace Photoshop, and if you were a photographic retoucher and you did it manually, whether it be with an airbrush or in the darkroom, if you didn't embrace this new tool called Photoshop, you were left behind.
Yeah, I guess we could say that instead of being afraid of the new technologies and the future, you should just add it to your arsenal of creativity and use them as new mediums.
Exactly.
To express yourself.
I think the other thing is the people who adopt technologies and the likes earlier on, the early adopters tend to sort of lead those trends. One of the other speakers here today was Ian Tate, an incredible creative who also has, like me, tinkered with technology and digital tools in the very early stages of adoption. And in doing so, you take the lead. So, my advice to anybody who is maybe afraid of what AI might do to the creative industry, rather start embracing it, learning it, and finding out how you can use it to help you as a tool.
Yeah, maybe AI should be afraid to be left without creative industry, not to get too boring. I'd assume every creative has heard of big festivals such as the One Club and the other famous festival, as you said. Winning one of those means an immediate rise to stardom, maybe even a lifetime achievement for many. But how would you define the role of smaller festivals like at Black Sea? What part can they play in the global context and in local as well?
I have to be honest with you, the local festivals are critically important. And they're important for two reasons. The first being that not every piece of work in a regional market would make it into a global festival. But I think what it does is it helps the agencies hone their skills on how to prepare work for an international jury at one of the bigger festivals. So, that learning and that sort of ability to make your case studies better and to tell your stories better to a jury is essential to help on the local level. And I think the second part of it is, for me, you are in a local level, your judges of a local competition understand the context in which your work was created, and it might be a festival, let's just say in Asia, and a lot of it, if the work was looked at by local Asian judges, they would see it for the merit it has, whereas sometimes on a global stage, some of the nuances of work that was created for a local market are lost. So it's really important for people creating case studies and creating work on the local level to do it in a way that it can inform an international jury about the nuances of that work from that region. So I think that's the critical part. It gets local people to hone their skills, tell stories, and then start creating case studies that can compete on the global stage.
Thank you. And this year's festival at Black Sea has been very popular among the audience. All tickets have been sold out and many people didn't manage to attend, sadly. What would your message be to those who are watching this online and didn't manage to attend at Black Sea? Why should they be the first ones to buy next year's tickets.
I'm going to point to you guys wherever you are. You guys out there, you must do something special, all right? I was blown away. 1,300 people here. It's an incredible festival. The speakers have been inspiring. So I'd get your ticket really early next time. Don't wait. FOMO is real. If you aren't here, you're missing something special.
Kevin, you have been a wonderful guest, and it's been an honor to interview you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Take care.